Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. Make sure you like and subscribe to my new YouTube channel, Green's House. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Let's tell YouTube what we want. So, you may or may not have heard about the school shooting in Georgia at Appalachia High School. 4 people were killed, 2 teachers, 2 students. A bunch of other people were injured. And for only the second time in U.S. history, the parents are being held legally responsible for what their children have done. The first time was last year, maybe the year before, in Michigan. The parents were convicted because of what their son had done. He went to school and shot a bunch of people. And in this case, that was in Michigan. This is in Georgia. The father, who the child lived with, was arrested and charged with multiple counts of, I think 2 counts of manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and all these other things, basically harming children and all this other shit, which I agree with. There are so many things that are at stake when you are a parent that are outside of the house and outside of your control. So that's why it's so important for you to do your best parenting in the home. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm not talking about a big house and all the toys, clothes, and vacations and whatever, all that other shit. Yeah, that's great. But what your children want most from you is your time. And as long as you are trying to provide a good home for them. You're not on drugs. You're not an alcoholic who kicks their ass for coughing too loud. You're trying. You're giving it your best. Then your child will have the best shot in life. And the overwhelming chances are they're not going to become a fucking school shooter. 75% of teenage murderers come from single-parent homes. 65% of school shooters come from broken homes. Now, this kid, his mom was a drug addict. Apparently, his mom and his father were very abusive. They were on drugs. The kids would be outside. Their mom would lock them outside at night, and they'd be banging and screaming on the back door, Mom, let me in. She would get arrested. In 2022, his parents split up. His mom moved a couple hundred miles away, and he stayed with his dad. Now, having your dad is no guarantee. There are no guarantees in life, period. But it gives you the best shot. If your father is doing his best, and he's not on drugs, and he's not an abusive alcoholic who kicks the shit out of you. And he was saying that he started hunting with his son, and it was a good way for them to spend time together. He had recently shot his first deer. And he wanted his son to get outside and stop playing so many video games. Sounds good in theory. But then you buy this kid who had made terroristic threats online, had been investigated by the police, comes from this broken home. You say that he gets picked on all the time and it's physical. The kids are harming him. And now they're saying the dad didn't say this, but I saw headlines saying that the kid was in the alphabet soup group, trying to garner sympathy for this kid so they can go after your guns. Because it's not the kid, and it's not the parents, and it's not the environment that they created for this child. It's the guns. That gun woke that kid up this morning. Hey kid, get up. What are you doing? We got murdering to do. Get up, kid. Put your shoes on. Yeah, there you go. Get your clothes on. Yeah, load it up. Go get those bullets, kid. Load me up. Yeah. Let's go to school and kill somebody. The gun woke that kid up in the morning and said, hey, let's go murder. It was the gun. It wasn't the shitty home life that his parents gave him. It wasn't the abuse. It wasn't the neglect. It wasn't the trauma. It was the gun. So we can take these school shootings and squeeze that Second Amendment even tighter. That Second Amendment has a drop of blood coming out of its nose. They've been squeezing that damn thing so hard. If we can squeeze it a little bit tighter and get a few more laws and more restrictions and more layers and barriers and hurdles between you and your God-given right to protect yourself and what is important to you. Forget, environment and schmirement. Who cares? Horrible parents. That's not the issue. It's that damn gun. And it was an AR-15 style gun. You know what that does to me. You know what that AR-15 does to me on the mainstream media. And if you say AR-15 style, don't do it. If you say assault rifle, oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. They can just get those words thrown out there to get the people who have low mental vibration, man, to hear this shit, believe this shit, and vote this way without doing any research. It's a win. But this should be in all 50 states. If you create a fucking monster that goes out into society and destroys lives, losing your child is the worst thing that life has to offer. And not so distant second would be losing your spouse or losing your sibling, losing your best friend because some demon was created in this laboratory called a fucked up house. And now they wind this little thing up and he goes out into society and destroys families, annihilates bloodlines, all because you were a piece of shit. It's so important. Yes, we know, don't be a helicopter parent. Oh, little Johnny, let me wipe your mouth. You're so precious. You're so beautiful. You can do nothing wrong. And make this little weirdo who can't do shit and can't think for himself out in the workforce, out in society. That's bad enough. But you're creating a murderer. So therefore, if you created this monster, if you are Dr. Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein. If you're Dr. Frankenstein and your creation goes out and destroys the village, you're liable, Dr. Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein. What say you? Do you agree? Think the parents should be liable? Or do you think this kid at 14 years old, sometimes older, he's old enough to stand on his own too and take all the punishment himself? I'll meet you in the comments. I can't wait to see what you have to say. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho. Like and subscribe to my new channel, Green's House, and make sure you like and subscribe to this channel right here. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.